Hello everyone, this is Dan from USMX Football here. Today we will be discussing Chelsea versus Fluminense in the semi-finals of the FIFA Club World Cup, set to take place in New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium. Of course, well-renowned, the home of football. Just kidding. So the big talking opponent of this game is going to be João Pedro and Thiago Silva coming to face their former clubs, both Chelsea men, but both also Fluminense men. That's their local team. They came up through the youth academy, both of them. So it's going to be very tough, in my opinion, to not get emotional in this game because, and let me make a prediction. Thiago Silva is going to score a header on us with our, even though Tosin and Chalaba are like combined, like 6'4" and also like 6'4", watch 6 foot Thiago Silva win a header. He just has to. But yeah, so no Levi Colwill in this one, accumulation of yellows, but we will have Moises Caicedo in the midfield again, so that should be good. Help us out defensively a lot. Another big question mark is Reece James. Like we said in the last one, he got injured just before the Palmeiras game, so it's a big question mark if he's going to be fit 100%. And if I were Maresca, I probably wouldn't risk it. I would just play Gusto there and just build up Gusto's confidence as well. So yeah, Andre Santos, I don't expect him to start this game, unfortunately, even though he had an excellent game in my opinion the last time. Yeah, it's probably going to be Enzo Fernandez. So I'd say more or less this is probably going to be our back line: Cucurella, Gusto, Tosin, Chalaba, and Sanchez, Caicedo. And although, okay, Enzo Fernandez, he's going to start no matter what in my opinion, but I don't know if Maresca might want to do something like Palmer out. Not Palmer out. Enzo into that cam position. Andre Santos comes in here, and Nkunku may or may not start. But if he doesn't, having Palmer would actually be on the right wing, and then have Neto over here on the left. That could be very interesting to me. Offers a lot of midfield stability. It lets Andre and Enzo or Caicedo get forward with a lot more comfort. Gusto will also have a lot of insurance should he want to bomb forward. And I don't think it should hinder Palmer at all because it'll just allow him to link up with Enzo a lot better. Delap and Neto seem to have a pretty good connection. So they're not going to be strikers like that. But yeah, just really interesting what Maresca is going to want to do to this team. As far as Nico Jackson, he very much could get into this team, him and João Pedro. I'm not 100% sure, though, if they will displace Delap. I still see him and Maresca kind of building, trying to build some confidence there. Palmer and Delap are almost guaranteed, as is Fernandez. So, and Neto for sure. He's having an excellent Club World Cup. So I don't know how Maresca is going to play with Jackson and João Pedro if he wants to have them on. But should we not have Andre Santos in this and it's just Fernandez and Palmer? I could totally see Jackson coming right here onto the left wing and doing some damage. But yeah, I'm not sure, João Pedro up top and Jackson, maybe. If we're chasing it all three, like that'll be insane. And then maybe take off, I really don't see him taking off Palmer or Fernandez, but like I just wouldn't see that happening. So I struggle to see how Jackson gets into this team right now. Even if it were to come off for Delap, I'd see João Pedro starting. But Maresca has a lot of flexibility in what he could do here. But what I do like about this is it doesn't put too much pressure on any particular player. Because look, even if Palmer's having a bad game, and Nkunku's been doing pretty good in that position, so we can have. But Palmer's just not getting touched. And yeah, as far as players to kind of see the game out, Isugu, KDH, could totally see them. I only have George here because if Neto is maybe not injured, but we need some fresh legs, I'd much rather have George be that pacey winger for us because Madueke already agreed personal terms with Arsenal. And look, I don't hold any grudge against Madueke. You guys already know my feelings about him, that I do want him here at the club still, but I don't think we should be giving him minutes over George if he's not 100% committed to the project. So that's just my opinion. I'd prefer George over Madueke. He's probably my last option, and I don't know if James is fit to start. So these are kind of just maybes. But these three guys, I really do see a lot. I'm sorry, maybe not the lap I see starting. I see more or less something like that as the starting team. If not João Pedro, then Nkunku or Jackson, something like that. But Interesting to see what Maresca lines up with. So the key to success here is going to be a little tricky because Fluminense are a very excellent team defensively, obviously led by Thiago Silva and Fabio, the two veterans at the back. They are going to be tricky to break down, and especially them being so motivated for a big game in that they are the last not only Brazilian team but South American team representing the smaller nations. Well, not smaller because Brazil is way bigger than all the other countries still left in this tournament, but at least perceived presence on the grander scale of world football. So yeah, they're going to have a lot of points to prove, and that they're going to be very much up for this. So it's going to be a very intense game. We're definitely going to feel that. It's a semi-final, so we should approach this with that stature. We're familiar with that, having been in the Conference League, but the stakes are just so much more different in this Club World Cup compared to that. So the boys are going to have to be up for this big occasion. Sanchez, I think, has actually been really good. I just want to give him a quick shout out because he got a lot of stick in the previous season, really, for being subpar, and I think he has come a long way. And in this Club World Cup, at least, he's impressed me. Predicted score, I'm going to say Chelsea 3-1 with goals from João Pedro, Palmer, and we'll say Enzo Fernandez coming up big. And like we said, I just imagine Thiago Silva's going to score and come up big for them. I just see that happening. Fluminense are very good defensively, like we said, and they're going to have the likes of João Arias and Herman Cano up top, who are good, but look, I watch Liga MX. Herman Cano does not scare me one bit, especially with this Chelsea defense. And João Arias is pretty good, very dangerous from a set piece. We shouldn't be giving away stupid set pieces in dangerous areas. And in my opinion, he's probably their best offensive player, João Arias. But like I'm saying, like, it's not crazy his quality. It's not anything we shouldn't respect him too much. So I think Caicedo will just eat him alive. Pause. In that holding midfield role, he'll just be all over him. So yeah, that's going to be my prediction, 3-1 Chelsea to move on to the final and face either PSG or Real Madrid. Either or is kind of scary because in the semifinals they're not going to have Bacho or Hausen. However, they're going to be back for the final, and a full-strength PSG, a full-strength Real Madrid is kind of scary. So, but I mean, it's the final, so anything can happen. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys liked. I got a lot of videos coming at you, so hope you guys appreciate the pace. I'm going to try and keep it up. You know, there's just so much football going on right now, so I have enough stuff to talk about. But I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I am out of here. Peace.